Ah, something on a feeling. Bum ba da da. I'm high on weed. Do boo boop boop. Da 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 da. Something fuck it. Hey everybody, how's it going? So I'm doing a movie ramble. So it's not a movie review. It's a clear distinction because I am not coherent enough to do a fucking concise movie review. I am guaranteeing it now. I will probably talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for maybe 10 minutes, and then the rest of this video is going to be me literally talking about anything else. So that's why this is a movie ramble, not a movie review. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and get the non-spoiler stuff out first because I don't trust myself with spoilers, so it's good. What do you fucking expect? It's Marvel. Like, they have a machine that makes these things now. Like, here's the thing people don't know. Like, Robert Downey Jr., he died like eight years ago. It's all holograms and circuitry and zeros and ones. Livers. I meant to say levers, not livers. But, well, that's what they do. They kept his liver. Disney has secretly been killing people for like the past 20 years and stealing their livers and hooking them up to a hologram machine powered by livers and making Marvel movies. Or something, I don't know. That makes less sense than that. Shockingly makes a lot less sense than a lot of things you've said, Matt. Like I know. So it's again, it's a good. I wish this movie was fucking shit. I wish it was shit. It's like with fucking Wolverine. It's like I'm not good with talking about things I like. I can't explain good like why I liked the thing. I'm like, I like it. It's fun. Fun. You like fun and fucking you do Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Fun. Fun movie. Fun for you, me, everybody. It's a great movie. I don't know if it's as good as the first one. I mean, front out. I don't even know if that's an actual fucking saying. If that's a thing, I am human. I use human catchphrases. Front out. I am normal human being with human emotions. I like human movie. But like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 might be one of my all-time favorite movies. Like it is easily the movie I've seen the most in theaters. I saw it fucking 13 times in theaters. I mean, to be fair, a lot of that 13-time chicanery is because I had an AMC fucking theater card, and I fucking saved up free movies for like fucking months, just being like, Guardians of the Galaxy, bitches. There's like literally one day I just spent the entire day watching Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters. I saw it like 4 fucking times that day. It was great. I love that. This movie, like I mean, it's a little kinetic, and I'm older, like by like a fucking year and a half, Matt. Like, oh, I'm an old man now. I'm all gray and withered and wizened. I can't be going 13 times to a movie anymore. Also, too, Trump's president, so like, healthcare is probably going to get taken away, and like, need to save that fucking money. Can't go 13. This Obama's not fucking president anymore, people. We have to fucking worry about shit. It's no longer the fucking halcyon days. We can't just throw fucking money around willy-nilly to fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 13 fucking times. Instead, I will have to see it 8 times. I probably will end up seeing it 8 times. It's a good movie. Like, everybody is on point. Like, fucking Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's fucking great. Like, I mean, some of the fucking, like, nitpicky, like, normal shit with the Marvel formula comes up. Like, the villain. I will say though, like one of the villains in this movie, again, I haven't gotten into spoiler territory yet, but one of the villains in this movie, I think, is a fairly effective villain. I'm not saying he's like I'm not saying he's Loki, but like he's on the level. He's on the level of Ultron at least. I kind of spoiled it right there, like a he. Like, well, fuck it, we're going into spoilers. Fucking Ego. Ego's a some bitch. Ego's a fucking like so he's the one who gave fucking Star Lord's mom the cancer because Ego's whole plan is he goes around the galaxy fucking chicks and like taking their children with the like well Yondu takes the children and yeah that's why Yondu got kicked out of the Ravengers. So Yondu takes the fucking kids and gives them the Ego the living planet and he tries to put his brain into them. It's kind of like standard like bit boilerplate fucking sci-fi like oh I'm dying or like this body is shit. I could have so much more power if I was in a younger body. Like that kind of fucking shit. We've all seen it like doesn't if you've seen like any sci-fi like things from like the 70s to the 80s, like you've probably seen that fucking plot line at least once. So yeah, Kurt Russell, he's a celestial, so they changed that part about Ego. Like in the comics, Ego is just a planet with a face and a beard. Sadly, they don't have like. I am kind of disappointed that like Ego doesn't have a face and a beard like he does in the comics. But you know what? It's not like Iron Fist where I was disappointed that there was no Kung Fu Dragon, but everything else surrounding the fact that there was no Kung Fu Dragon is complete fucking garbage. So fuck Iron Fist. But this movie, everything around the fact that like there is no fucking giant purple fucking space head with a fucking beard, like. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. Like I'll sacrifice Ego being a fucking big giant planet with a beard if it means the rest of the thing is good. Like I'm not a fucking crazy fanatic when it comes to comic book things. I am willing for fucking give and take, change. Like sometimes things need to differ. Like I see some people, like I can't believe there are literally people who are bitching that Star-Lord's origin is different than his in the comics. Like nobody likes fucking Jason as Spartax. He's just literally fucking a space Spartan. He's like he legitimately might be the most boring fucking character in Marvel Comics. I will stand by that. Like Beak is more interesting. Fucking who's some other Typeface? Typeface is a great character. He's a crazy person, and he's got letters on his face, and he throws like shurikens that are shaped like letters. He is one of the dumbest characters, but not one of the most boring characters. Again, that would be Jason as Spartax. Fucking Star-Lord's father in fucking the comics. Like he's shit. I hate fucking Jason. Like again, he's like, oh, we're in fucking space. Star-Lord's half fucking alien. What do? We can have endless fucking goddamn possibilities. Endless possibilities for what his fucking dad could be. Oh, just fucking a space Spartan. What, did you watch fucking Star Trek, the original series that fucking day? You fucking hacks. I think that was during the Michael Bendis fucking run of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 2, aka the shit run. I don't know what it is about Michael Bendis and him being like really fucking hit and miss like of late, but like, ugh, like he also did a real shit run on Moon Knight, which had some cool ideas. Like I like that. Like, I'll be honest, like, if they do a Moon Knight series, I wouldn't mind them taking the base premise of fucking the Bendis Moon Knight run of, like, Moon Knight operating out of San Francisco. Or hell, fucking even Chicago. Like, he's like, that's where, like, his character was born. That's where his father was born. Like, I'm already not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. I am not even in the same well, I am in the same ballpark. I'm talking about Marvel Comics, so... Anyways, back to the fucking movie. Back to the reason why you're watching, why you fucking clicked on this video in the first fucking place. So yeah, Ego is that's his whole plan. He gets women impregnated and then he gives them cancer, and it's just like, Jesus, that legitimately might be one of the most villainous fucking things I have heard in a fucking Marvel movie. Like, seriously, like Ultron was like, at least he just wanted to throw fucking rocks at people. Like, Jesus Christ, like I can even see Ultron just being like, Jesus Christ, dude, back the fuck off. Like you just fucking hit him with a rock. Like, what? Like, again, like, literally, if fucking Ego went down and bludgeoned his fucking wives or his baby mamas to death with a fucking big rock after they gave birth, he'd be less fucking evil. Not by a lot. He'd still be pretty evil, but like, he's got, and it's weird too, because I've always talked about, like, I would love to have a weird fucking cancer-based superpower where, like, I'd have like heat beams shooting out my eyes, but instead it's like, you got prostate cancer. That's my superpower. I give people prostate cancer. But like, it's so weird to see it actually happen in a Marvel movie. Like, a character whose actual, like, one of his powers is I can induce cancer into somebody's brain. It's really weird. It's really weird. So, fucking, who's next? Gamora? Gamora gets a lot more to do. And, like, that was one of my complaints with the first movie, is, like, Gamora was just kind of there, but, like, her and Nebula, they have, like, a real, like, I'll be honest, I was a little, like, I kind of had a tinge of worry when I saw, like, oh, Nebula's going to be in this. They're going to do this whole thing where it's like the two sisters are going to bicker, but in the end they kind of learn. Like, that does happen, but like that's the thing I love about James Gunn as a director, like as a creative, as a writer. Like, he can take like standard like scenarios and tropes that we've all seen a fucking million goddamn times, and he's like, nah, like, these are bad. Like, the reason like people think these are bad is because because of hacks who just keep, they're like, oh, one thing fucking worked, this one variant on this fucking trope or on this story worked, so we just gotta keep doing that one variant. Or like, somebody comes up with a new variant, like, let's keep doing that. Like, James Gunn's always like, nah, I'm gonna do some weird stuff. And like, sometimes like kind of like in the original Guardians of the Galaxy, like, it's a bit sloppy. It's a bit like a kid playing in the mud, building a fucking mud castle. But like, god damn it, this fucking kid does not make the best fucking mud castle in the fucking world. Like, like, I love, like, James, I really hope James Gunn gets the Thief movie. Like, there's a rumored Thief movie coming out, and I'm like, James Gunn is probably, like, I can't think of another writer director off the top of my head who I'd be like, they have the least fucking chance of fucking this up, as long as like the studios don't get involved. Because like the Belko experiments, I didn't talk about that movie. That movie's shit. Like, the Belko experiments, like, that was written by James Gunn, and it is kind of like this standard fucking like real boilerplate fucking bullshit non-crap. It's awful. I hated it. But at the same time, he was just a writer, not the director, and also there was like, I think 2 other writers. So I have a feeling James Gunn, I think it was Paramount who did that fucking movie. I think they pulled a Max Landis and was like, oh, we're going to buy this really interesting script, and then we're going to make it really boring and fucking crap and just shit. Because that's what we want to do. We don't want to do interesting things with fucking films. We just want to make paddlum for the general fucking audience. Even though, like Like the Belko Experiment would have never been a general audience movie. Like the best thing for that movie, the best hope for that movie would have been for it to have been weird and take all kinds of fucking twists and shit like you would never fucking see coming. Kind of like, or just even if you do see the fucking twist coming, like populate the fucking movie with fun and interesting characters like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 does. Oh, fucking Drax. Like, Drax is fucking great. He's the funniest character in the movie. He's got all the best line. He's a dick. I love him. I love fucking Batista. Ginger. 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. So, fucking Drax, yeah, like, not much to really say with it. Although there is maybe like a thing, like, if there's one character who doesn't get a lot, it's kind of Mantis. She's a weird fucking character. Like, in the comics at least. So, Mantis is the celestial Madonna. She's like prophesized to create the savior of the universe, because I forget what, but there's a connection to the Celestials. It's really weird. Also, too, she ends up marrying a character by the name of Swordsman, who wasn't the original Swordsman. He was like the second Swordsman. There's been a lot of fucking characters called Swordsman in fucking Marvel. It's there's a lot. There's a lot. Like, seriously, go look that up on the Marvel Wiki. There's like 6, and that's not counting Swordswoman, because there's been like 3 of them. So altogether, there's been like 8 swords people. Sorry, just taking a cigarette. So fucking so Mantis ends up marrying fucking Swordsman, but he dies. He gets killed by like this low tier fucking villain called Slasher or something, and like fucking I forget who. I forget if it's the Shaper of Worlds, or I think it's the Shaper of Worlds, who is this really really weird and like kind of forgotten about entity in the Marvel comics. He looks like a big giant albino scroll, and that's not the weird part. Like, the weird part is he's like connected to a computer on his bottom half, so like he's a computer on the bottom, and he's got tank treads. It's really weird, and he's the Shaper of Worlds. It's right there in the title. He's got like reality manipulation powers, and so it's either him or something happens, and there's a plant person, because that's why Swordsman died, because they were defending these plant people who fucking sit down for this shit. We're gonna be here for a while for this explanation. So the Kree, this all goes back to them. The Kree were not the only sapient, like, primitive species on their planet. There was also the Klotoi, like something like that, and they were sentient plant people. And the Skrulls in the long ago times, when they weren't huge colossal space pricks, they were actually really cool, and they would go around and uplift species, but they would only uplift one species on a planet. Like, basically their rule was they would uplift like the most evolved species on the planet, because they're like, the other species, the less evolved species needs time to catch up and stuff. Even though like that fucking fails, because it's like Like, you're giving one species fucking rocket ships and fucking laser guns. Like, how the fuck are the other fuckers supposed to catch up? I guess the Skrull were thinking, like, oh, those fuckers would leave the planet, find a new planet, and they'd leave the fucking, like, what's it? So the Kree were one of those times, but it backfired massively for the Skrull because the Kree were not the most advanced species on the planet. The plant people were. So the Kree, when they lost the little fucking test that the Skrull gave out, they murdered the fucking Skrull and fucking murdered most of the plant people and took the Skrull ships and fucking like reverse engineered them and stuff. Which, again, if the fucking Kree were not advanced enough to get the spaceships, like, how could they reverse engineer them? But the Skrull didn't find out about this for a long time because they did not have like faster than light communications, so it took like thousands of fucking years for the Skrull to find out what happened, and by that time the Kree were already attacking them. So the Kree were pricks. So the Cloydie that didn't get massacred managed to escape Hala. That's the Kree homeworld. They managed to escape there and disperse across the galaxy. And there was a colony on Earth. And when Swordsman died, and like one of the last surviving Clody merged with his body, so Mantis went off into space with a half zombie, half plant man and gave birth to the Celestial Messiah, but not in the Marvel Universe. This is where shit really gets weird, because the whole Celestial Madonna storyline was actually in DC Comics as well. It was, I forget the name, I forget the guys who did it, but it was the guy who did Avengers, and it was the guy who was doing Justice League at the time. They had this idea of doing this big, huge, epic cross-company storyline between the Avengers and Justice League, and like they got told no, but like they kind of seeded some things into the comics anyways to kind of like maybe gain some interest and stuff, and like maybe like force the editor's hands into being like, oh hey, like the people want a Justice League Avengers crossover comic, like let's do this shit. By the way, this is all of us in the 70s and shit. We eventually did get a Justice League Avengers comic in the 2000s, and it's great. It's really good. I highly recommend, like, because like both companies really brought their A game. They really did. They were like, we're going to show you why people like these fucking characters and why it's so awesome to have them all in the same universe kicking some ass together. So Mantis went off into space, and then somehow Swordsman died again, or the plant zombie man that Swordsman became died again. And she gave birth to the Celestial Madonna over in the DC Comics universe, and he was called, I forget what he was called, but like the whole thing kind of fizzled out when it got over to the DC, when Mantis got over to the DC universe. Sorry, I need to take a sip. So yeah, like that whole shit kind of fizzled out, and it went nowhere really, because if I remember right, it eventually evolved into like the Squadron Supreme storyline with Avengers, and I forget the fucking the Marvel analogs that the Justice League met in the 70s. Anyways, again, I'm not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, this is why this is not a movie review. This is why this is a movie ramble. So Mantis, it kind of doesn't get a lot, but at the same time, like I really hope this isn't, like, the rumors are that this is going to be James Gunn's last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I hope that's not fucking true, because, like, I really want to see him keep doing these, because, like, again, I don't know if I like this better than the first movie, but there are things that definitively this movie does better than the first, such as character development. Like, everybody, like, maybe Groot, you could say, doesn't get anything, and like, yeah, Mantis, because, you know, she was just introduced, but like and yeah, I guess Drax, because they kind of did everything really that they needed to do with Drax in the first. That's why I'm kind of scared for Drax going forward, because I'm like, if anybody can die and like it like they're I mean, I guess you could do like a whole fucking like maybe like liar revealed, maybe not exactly that trope, but kind of like, oh, like your past wasn't exactly what you thought it. But then again, they kind of did that with fucking with Ronan, where it's like, I didn't kill your planet, it was Thanos. So now I guess that's Drax's ultimate storyline, is like he can fight Thanos. I wonder if he'll ever gain the power he does in the comics, where in the comics Drax was legitimately just created to fight Thanos. That's like his whole existence. Like he wasn't like a different alien species. He was just a guy. He was just this. He was another fucking comics a weird story here. So fucking he was a guy who was just a guy on Earth driving through the desert with his wife and kid, and then Thanos comes down in a spaceship, fucking kills him for no reason, and like literally no fucking reason, just kills him. And fucking Thanos' dad, I forget his name. He's one of the Uranian Titans. Thanos' dad fucking comes down and he's like, oh fuck, what did Thanos do now? And so he takes the girl who becomes Moondragon. He takes her and raises her, and he uses Titan science to revive the guy as Drax. And basically Drax, his power set is designed to kill Thanos. That's like his whole gimmick is he wants to kill Thanos, but he never fucking succeeds. Thanos always kills him, but he always comes back with a new set of powers that are better designed to kill Thanos. Spoiler alert, he's never fucking killed Thanos. So I wonder if that will happen maybe in the third one. But like like Rocket gets a lot, like Rocket and, oh god, I haven't even fucking talked about Yondu yet. Like this video is probably going on for like fucking 20 minutes and I haven't even talked about definitively the best part of the fucking movie, fucking Rourke as fucking, like, holy shit. Like I loved him in the first one, but like spoiler, like we're fucking crack deep in the spoilers. I don't need to say that again, but like he dies and it's really fucking touching because like he dies to save fucking like Peter, and Peter realizes like, you know what? Like I had a dad. It was fucking Yondu. Like again, it's something we've seen a bajillion times before, but we care so much about these characters, and like Yondu's sacrifice is really fucking like, he has this really fucking great speech too. Like it's like it's not gonna happen, but he should get at least a supporting actor nom. Like it's not gonna happen, but and that'd be nice. Fucking not much to really say with Baby Groot. It's Baby Groot. Like it's Baby Groot. That's the thing. Like the stuff with Rocket is like Rocket is kind of feeling left out because Baby Groot is, he doesn't have all the memories that like normal Groot did. So Baby Groot, like he's more attached to like Peter and stuff. So like Rocket's just kind of like, but what about me? So like Rocket and like Yondu do some bonding, and it's, dude, holy shit, the fucking scene where fucking Rocket Raccoon and Yondu fucking like just take out the fucking mutinous Ravagers. It is the most. It's up there with the Netflix stuff in terms of violence, but they're killing and maiming aliens who don't bleed red, so it's cool. Also, there's like really fucking like skipping through the tulips, like really happy grandma music playing. It's It's a fun dark scene. Haven't talked much about the Sovereign. They're gold. Oh, you know what? They do have one fun bit with the Sovereign because like they have drone spaceships. You see them in the trailers and shit. They have drone spaceships, and like the way they pilot them is basically an arcade cabinet, and it's got fucking goddamn arcade sound effects and everything, and it's great too. Like because like during the final fight, like all the Sovereign are like gathered around watching fucking what's her fucking tits like playing the fucking drone game, and it's great. It's I love it. Love this. Again, I love this movie. It's a good movie. I don't want to spoil too much stuff because, but like, you should see this. You like it. I haven't talked much about Sylvester Stallone. He's in it. I mean, his character has more. Again, like that's the thing I probably like the most about Guardians of the Galaxy is it truly is a lot of the just weirdest shit in fucking the Marvel universe. Because Starhawk, who is Sylvester Stallone, which is that's weird. That I thought I honestly with like how much of an important character Starhawk is, I figured they'd probably go fucking younger or something with him. But like I don't know. But Starhawk is a really convoluted character who involves fucking time travel and fucking technically he's a composite entity because he fused with his wife because they were like the last survivors of a dystopian future, so they had to combine their psionic might to fucking escape that, and and every time the male part dies, the female part comes out, and every time the female part dies, the male part comes out. So effectively, Starhawk is immortal. It's weird. Starhawk's a weird one, but like in the after, I should talk about the after credit scenes. They're fun, like fucking Scott Gunn, I think Tim Gunn's James Gunn's fucking not Tim Gunn, James Gunn's fucking brother with the fucking arrow. It goes right through Drax's chest. That kind of raises questions about like Drax's like durability, because like you know what we haven't I mean, we've seen him get punched and I think shot a couple of times, but like, I don't think we've ever seen something penetrate Drax, really. I don't know. You have Stan Lee in the Watchers, which is just like that. You saw that earlier in the movie, but like I love like Stan Lee's like I was a mailman once, and the Watchers just being like we're fucking done with this shit. Like see you later, Stan. I hope Stan Lee wasn't Vance Astro because that leads to the next after credit scene. Fucking what's it? Starhawk talking to the OG 1960s version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you have like Charlie 2017, who's played by Vin Rames, and you got Mainframe, who's played by Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a robot. So anybody who predicted that one, congratulations, you win the jackpot. Also, I can't remember the other two people, but it's like a fire lady and an ice guy. Fire Lady and Ice Guy. Basically, Guardians of the Galaxy came out after X-Men, and Stan Lee was like, I really liked Iceman. So, like, even though we got rid of X-Men, like, can we bring back a guy with ice powers who looked like that? And they were like, yeah, Stan, we could do that. Also, they had, he wasn't part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy, but, like, I forget his name, but he's like a really cool looking snake, red skinned snake guy who's a wizard, who's a space wizard, and he becomes one of Doctor Strange's replacements in like I think it's Marvel 20. No, it's not Marvel 29. No. I forget what series. It's one of the like weird alternate futures where because magic isn't just a thing on Earth. What else? The Sovereign Lady. She's making Adam Warlock, who, funny enough, earlier in the movie, like the Sovereign Lady is like, "Hey, Peter Quill, do you want to reproduce the old-fashioned way?" And they do like a cut, and you could tell like time has passed. So I'm wondering if that happened. I'm wondering if also because like that'd be a really interesting twist with fucking Adam Warlock. Is like she uses Peter Quill's genetics because Peter Quill is half celestial. So like what better what better fucking genetic source to improve your already quote unquote genetically superior species than celestial DNA. So that would add an interesting layer into 3 with like the daddy issues with like Peter Quill having to deal with his son Adam Warlock. That could be fun. Um God, there's so many fucking after credits. Oh yeah, Teenage Groot being a prick, and like, I wonder if those vines on the wall in the Teenage Groot scene are like Groot's equivalent of fucking like crumpled up newspapers. Well, not newspapers. Who comes inside of a newspaper? Like, okay, I'm done coming. Like, let me clean up with the newspaper. So that's 4. What's the other one? There's another one. Again, there's fucking 5. What the fuck was the other one? I can't remember. I think that's pretty much all I want to say. Like, it's a good movie. It's good. It's good, solid, good fun. Good for the whole family. It'll make your bones stronger. It'll make you fertile. Your crops will grow better. Like your cow's milk won't sour. Your chickens will lay thick-shelled eggs with bright yellow yolks. Go see this movie. It's good. Napalm approved. I don't know how to end a video. Bye.